To use the lathe or revolve tool in 3D graphics is to take an object and spin it around an origin point to make something rounded, smooth. If we use the lathe machine in the wood shop, we stick a piece of block of wood that's square, and as it spins around, we shave pieces off and smooth it out to make something round instead of square. That's what we do in 3D. Now in Blender, it's something different. It's neither lathe nor revolve. It's actually spin. So any of those you might see, and they're all the same. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this quickly. It's quite complicated, but once you do it a few times, it's really easy. Now I'm going to delete my cube, and my origin point is there in the center. If it's not, if it's out here somewhere, you need to get it to the center. So go to Object, Snap, and Cursor to Center. Get it right in the middle. And then I'm going to add a mesh of a plane. I'm going to just put a plane there. I'm going to go to a top view, 7 on my keypad. I'm going to go tab into edit mode, and then I've got 4 vertices here. I'm going to select 3 of them, hold down shift and right click 3 of them, all but the bottom right corner. And just going to hit the delete key, not backspace on the keyboard, but delete or X, and I'm going to delete those vertices. Now I've got one still, just can't really see it. It's down here, so right click down here in the corner. I'm going to pull this back to the middle here. So click your red, and if you hold down Control on the keyboard, it snaps to the grid, whichever one you're closest to. So then let go, and then you can let go of Control. So I want it right here. Now I've got one vertex to work with. I'm going to extrude a shape, whatever shape I want. In this case, I'm going to demonstrate a chess piece because that's something that you could use on the lathe, or it works well with revolving or spinning, and we're also going to use it for an assignment. So if I hit E to extrude, as long as I'm selected on that vertex, E to extrude, I'm going to pull it out here. I'm going to hold down Control again and snap it to the grid. E again to extrude, and I'm just going to go real quick just to demonstrate. And I'm going to make just a simple chess pawn piece. See if I can do it quickly. So I'm just hitting E each time. I'm extruding this, and it doesn't have to be perfectly round. I might be doing a few too many vertices, but that's okay. And the reason it doesn't have to be perfectly round is because we'll probably put a subdivision surface modifier on it at some point and smooth it out that way, instead of relying on our freehand mouse tools or mouse movements to get it perfectly smoothed out. Okay, and I want it right on there. If I don't, it's going to mess things up. It's either going to be overlapping or give a hole, and so I want it right on the y-axis. So I can click here, this little plus, unless you already have it open, the menu, and I want it on the x-axis at 0. So I'm going to click right here and type 0, and it's going to bring mine back right to 0. We have to make sure they're right on 0. Well, it's not a bad looking pawn piece. Okay, now that I've got that drawn out, I'm on a top view, and well, what happens is it's going to spin as soon as I click spin over here in the menu. It's going to spin it around this origin point, or around the cursor rather. And so, well, first I need to select everything. So A, once or twice to select everything. And if I spin it, it's going to spin around it this way. I don't want it that way, so I'm going to go to a front view, 1 on the keypad, and that way it will spin like this, the way I want it to. So now I click spin in the menu, and what it does, it spins it only a quarter of the way. And so I need to change it angle from 90 degrees to 360, so a full all the way around. Now just a trick, I'm going to do a negative 360, otherwise it goes inside out. I don't know why, but we'll do a negative 360, then it won't be inside out. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. So there's my piece. It's been spun around properly because I had the right angle. Also, just for good measure, I'm going to change the steps to 10. later on down the road with chess pieces, it's a good idea to have an even number there. And I could go really high and make it smooth, but again, we're going to probably just put a subdivision surface modifier on it to smooth it out. That's a better way of doing it. So I'll leave it at 10. And there's my piece. And then I can tab out to object mode. I can rotate it, as long as I'm on side view 3. Rotate it a negative 90 degrees to sit it up straight. And there it is. Of course, it doesn't look too great right now because it's so blocky, but as soon as I put a subdivision surface modifier on it, it will look really nice. Let me just show that real quick. Okay, that smooths it out. Now another issue is that we spun at 360 degrees and it overlapped. One line overlapped the other. It went a little bit too far, and then it looks kind of funny when I smooth it out. So all I need to do to fix that is tab to edit mode. I'm going to select all my vertices, so A to select everything, and I'm going to click on this right here in the menu, remove doubles. What that does is it finds any overlapping vertices. If they're in the exact same spot, it's going to remove the 2 of them and just leave 1. So as soon as I click that, right up here it says removed 51 vertices. So that means I have 51 going down from the top to the bottom. It removed them. If I tab out, it looks a lot nicer, and if I can complete the smooth by choosing the smooth shading, and it looks pretty nice. That is the Lathe, Revolve, or Spin tool.